Merhaba from Keswick Village. This is the Rorschach Turkey update from the 25th of February, 2025. A quick summary of what's going down in Turkey. On Friday, the 21st, authority banned the entry and exit from Karizman, a district in the eastern city of Kars, after a court sentenced Mehmet Alkin, the pro-Kurdish People's Equality and Democracy, or DEM party, co-mayor, to 6 years and 3 months in prison for alleged membership in a terrorist organization. The ban was likely put in place to prevent potential uprisings. The Interior Ministry appointed the Kazman district governor as trustee. The Dem party co-mayors called Alkin's prison sentence a pretext for appointing a trustee and hung a banner rejecting removal. The Kars governor office then imposed a 10-day ban on protest. The police set up security checkpoints on roads leading to the district, preventing Dem party members, including Kars co-chair, from entering. The move follows a pattern of government interventions against pro-Kurdish mayors since the 2024 local elections. Next up, on Sunday the 23rd, the ruling Justice and Development Party, or AKP, reshuffled its leadership during its Congress, appointing 39 new members to its 75-person Central Decision and Executive Board, marking a 52% change. The new list included 7 defectors from the opposition parties, Good Party and the Future Party, alongside political dynasties like Muchet Arnç and the son of the former AKP speaker Bülent Arnç. Mesut Özel, an ex-footballer, and Imal Karaman, a former coach, were also added. The changes come from several lawmakers switched to the AKP after the previous parliamentary elections of 2023, strengthening President Erdogan's grip ahead of the 2028 elections. On Monday, the 24th, Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, visited Turkey to discuss recent talks between Russian and United States officials on ending the war in Ukraine. The visit coincided with the 3rd anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. A foreign ministry source said Lavrov and Hakan Fidan, the Turkish foreign minister, talked about Turkey's possible role in the peace process. The discussion also covered the ceasefire in Gaza and Syria, where Turkey stressed the need for territorial unity and the removal of terrorist groups. Turkey, which hosted early negotiations in 2022, has maintained ties with both Russia and Ukraine throughout the war. In unrelated news, on Saturday, the 22nd, the Istanbul Chief Public Prosecutor's Office launched an investigation to Ekrem İmamoğlu and the mayor of Istanbul from the main opposition, the Republican People's Party, or CHP, over allegations that his university diploma was fake. The investigation follows allegations from the Council of Higher Education to prosecutors, leading the accusations of document forgery. İmamoğlu is set to testify on Wednesday the 26th. If the investigation leads to a lawsuit, this will be the 6th ongoing against him. As a major rival to President Erdogan, İmamoğlu tends to face legal challenges that could result in a political ban. He is expected to become the CHP's presidential candidate next month. Speaking of investigations, on Thursday the 21st, the Capital Markets Board, or SPK, opened a case into unusual price movements in Borsa Istanbul, or BIST, the country's main stock exchange. The SPK is reviewing transactions and potential manipulative news that may have influenced the market. It stated that any actions threatening market security, transparency, or stability would face legal or administrative penalties. Legal action has also been announced against those responsible for spreading misleading information. On that note, on Wednesday the 19th, Reuters reported that J.P. Morgan, a major USV investment bank and financial services firm, projected that Argentina and Turkey's equity markets could gain over 20% this year, driven by policy reforms to curb inflation. Analysts stated that lifting capital controls in Argentina could boost growth, while Turkey's efforts to lower inflation and interest rates might strengthen its stock market. However, investors are watching closely as on Friday the 22nd, an Istanbul court imposed travel bans on Orhan Turan, The president of the Turkish Industry and Business Association, or TUSİAD, and Ömer Aras, the banking executive of Qatar National Bank, as they criticized the government's crackdown on opposition figures. The two have been under investigation since their remarks last week. The probe triggered a stock market dip before stabilizing. President Erdogan accused the TUSİAD of meddling in politics and exploiting the country, whereas the investigation is called into question as part of a wider effort to silence dissent. Switching gears, on Saturday the 23rd, Teşner Überwaschenweren Türk lost the vehicle inspection contract it held for 18 years. The new contract, worth a little short of $2 billion, went to MOI, Joint Venture Group, a consortium led by Sweden-based Opus. Lothar Geilen, the CEO of Opus, said the company plans to modernize inspections, introduce new technology, and reduce wait times below 15 minutes. He added that half of the contract's first 10 years' revenue will go to the government. The MOI will expand inspection stations, working with new and existing operators. Geilen described the project as a major investment and said Opus sees Turkey as a key market for future growth. On Friday, the 22nd, Iraq's oil ministry announced that all procedures were in place to restart oil exports through the Iraq-Turkey pipeline, ending a nearly 2-year dispute. Hayyan Abdul Ghani, Iraq's oil minister, said exports from Kurdistan would resume next week as relations between Kurdistan and Iraq have improved. Kurdistan, a semi-autonomous region in northern Iraq, has long clashed with the country over oil revenue and political autonomy. The 2-year delay stemmed from disagreements over payments and control. However, the parties resolved the issue earlier this month, with the Iraqi parliament approving a budget amendment which adds a $16 per barrel rate for transport and production costs and requiring Kurdistan oil to be sold through Iraq's state oil marketing organization. In other news, on Wednesday the 19th, the head of Turkey's egg producers' central union stated that the country is exporting 15,000 tons of eggs to the United States. As a severe bird flu outbreak in the U.S. has cut production and driven up prices, he said that shipments started this month and will continue until July, generating around $26 million in revenue. The U.S. bird flu outbreak, which began in 2022, has killed 162 million birds, causing shortages. The virus, first detected in dairy cattle in Texas, has spread to 17 states, infecting nearly 70 people, mostly farm workers. Grocery stores are rationing eggs, and restaurants have raised prices. Turkey, one of the world's top egg exporters, is now filling the supply gap, and U.S. producers seek alternative sources. On Friday, the 22nd, numerous environmental groups, professional chambers, and over 100 individuals sued to annul the environmental impact assessment approval for the highway project along the country's southern Mediterranean coast. Attorney Tunji Koç argued the projection aimed to transfer wealth and open coastal areas for development. He criticized the approval process, highlighting the destruction of over 150 acres of farmland, 7,000 hectares of forest, and 60,000 trees. The project would also affect archaeological sites, biodiversity, and water sources. Koç questioned its high cost, estimated at over 10 billion liras, which is around 250 million US dollars, and suggested alternative investments for regional development. Wrapping up this edition, on the night of Monday the 24th, the Istanbul governor's office warned of temperatures dropping to below freezing levels, urging caution due to ice and frost. It added that the snow will weaken overnight. The governor addressed students on social media, saying he knew they hoped for another snow day, but with weather conditions improving, classes would continue. He wished them a successful day at school. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. In case you didn't know, besides the Rorschach Turkey update, we also do others. We've got many country updates from Africa, Asia, South America, and Europe. But we also have non-country updates, including the Arctic update, about the area north of the Arctic Circle, and the multilateral update, about the world's major multilateral institutions, and the ocean update, about the 70% of the world covered in salt water. If you want to check out the full list of updates, go to Rorschach.com/updates. The link is in the show notes. Hoşça kal!